Go ahead, Anusha.
Louder.
Thank you. A very good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization initiated by the leader, Ralph C. Medley, with the sole motive to improve communication and leadership skills among the members across the globe. Toastmasters International has 15,900 clubs in 142 countries. Wordsmith Toastmasters Club is one among them. Toastmasters International works on the 4 pillars of values, namely RISE, R for respect, I for integrity, S for service, and E for excellence. The mission of the club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before starting the meeting, here are some of the code of conduct. Speakers are requested to refrain from speaking from sex, religion, and politics. Kindly mute your audio when not speaking. Audience are requested not to interrupt the role players and wait until they are acknowledged by the TMOD. Although virtual, please refrain from using your mobile phones. It's time to start the meeting. For the benefit of guests, all Toastmasters meeting shall be started and ended by one person called the presiding officer. Today's presiding officer is our bold and beautiful Toastmaster Suruthi. She is the current president of the club, and she's a mechanical engineer and she's working with Hyundai Motors. Without further ado, let's welcome Suruthi.
Thank you, Anusha. And a very good afternoon to all the Toastmasters and guests present here. Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmasters Club had its first meeting on December 1st, 2006, and later the next year in 2007, July, the club was chartered. And ever since then, we have seen legendary speakers and leaders from our club. So before starting the meeting, I want to recognize the father of Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmasters Club, Zach sir. And yeah, let's give a round of applause for him. So as most of you would have noticed, this is a final meeting for the current ExCom. And in specific for me, it is going to be a little emotional as this is the last time I'll be the president and doing this role as presiding officer. This entire journey of 6 months has been wonderful. The kind of learnings that I've incurred and the experience gained has been rewarding. But when I think about it and to think about how it had all started, I vividly remember Toastmaster Gopal giving me that extra push and telling me, Shruti, you should take up the president role. You can do it. You can do it. Of course, initially I denied, but later the second or the third time I accepted to do the role. And I came to know about the role and the responsibilities. But still, moving from VPPR to president was a steep slope. Yet I agreed. He was very encouraging. I must really tell that today I'm very happy, though thrilled. If I had turned down that opportunity on that same day, today I would have regretted very badly. Ladies and gentlemen, I came to know in a recent video as I was watching that regret is the most poisonous feeling that human beings can feel. So every opportunity which comes in our way, we should try to take that up. Even if not, when the second time it hits you, you should definitely take it up. Because nobody of us should feel about it and regret for the entire life. So seize the moment, try to make use of every opportunity that has been offered to you. Go, if you want to be the timer of next meeting, go and contact our VP Ed. If you want a speech slot, go and contact our VP Ed. So don't just stay back, make use of all the opportunity that is given to you. With this wonderful note, I want to open today's meeting with a gavel bang.
Shruti, can you unmute?
Oh, I'm sorry. Since when was it in mute?
No,
I
no,
am
no,
not
no.
sure.
You can go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, so now we can have the guest introduction. And I see guest C. Ruth. So can you just give a short introduction about yourself? What do you do and how you came to know about our meeting today? Guest Ruth, are you here? Okay, we can move with another guest. Jochana. Guest Jochana. Are you there? Okay, I can have a short introduction from one of the Gavadiers present here. Gavadier Aaron. Yeah, hi.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Sorry, respected Toastmasters, fellow Cavaliers present. So I just got a flyer about Mythili ma'am giving a speech over here. So I thought it would be a good experience to join and see a very popular Toastmasters club. So I think we could just see what this club does, and then we could implement some of the formalities in our club also. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aaron. And we feel good to have you here. Hope you enjoy the meeting. So I'll move on. For the benefit of few guests present here, every Toastmasters meeting will be totally emceed by this very special person whom we call as the Toastmaster of the day. And today we have one of the current XCOM team member playing the role. So this member is known for his humor content in not just his speeches, but any role or any kind of responsibility that he takes up. So with much pride, I welcome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manish.
Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a nice day. Yes, so if yes, just give an emoticon with thumbs up. That'll be very good. Yes, that's nice. I see none, but I hope you're all doing good. So yes, Toastmasters, as the Toastmaster of the day, it's my duty to tell the theme of the day for today's meeting. The theme of the day is every finish line is the beginning of a new race. So I urge all the speakers who come onto the screen and speak to use this theme of the day in your speeches, and I want the other Toastmasters to give a reaction with the clap, with reaction of the clap, so, in order to encourage the speakers to use it. And I hope I'm audible. Yeah. So for the benefit of the guest, every Toastmaster meeting will have 3 sessions. The first will be the prepared speech session, where the Toastmasters will prepare their speeches on beforehand and then deliver a compacted and a nice, well-written speech. And the second session is the most intriguing session of Toastmasters, where you'll be is the table topic session, where you'll be given a topic on the spot and you have to talk about it. And the third is the crux of the Toastmasters, which is the evaluation session, where you'll see different evaluators come in and evaluate the prepared speeches that is given and also evaluate the entire meeting as well. So I would like to call the general evaluator, Toastmaster Sangeeta, to brief on her role, please.
Thank you, Mithun.
Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Thank you, Mithun. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I'm Sangeeta, the General Evaluator for today's meeting. So I'm sharing the screen, hope you all can see. So as the General Evaluator, my primary duty is to evaluate the entire meeting starting from the first to the end, and I will produce my report at the end of this meeting. As President Suruthi mentioned, this is the last week for this current XCOM. I'm also prestigious to be and passionate about taking the role of VP membership for this XCOM, and I would be relieving from my duties after this meeting. So I will also be feel a little I have a little feelings on that. Okay, let me go upon with my general evaluator role today. So general evaluator have two teams. One is tag team, the other one is the set of evaluators, the evaluation team. So the tag team consists of timer, arc counter, and grammarian. So when I introduce the tag team, they will give a brief about their roles and responsibilities. So let me introduce the tag team, the timer. Today's timer is Toastmaster Manoj. He is currently working as a neuro-linguistic programmer. His hobbies is enjoys and teaching, and his interest is in cooking and swimming. Over to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you very much, Sangeeta. As a timer role, my responsibility is to keep track of time usage for all the speakers. In order to let know the speakers whether they are in line with the time or not, I will alert them in the following way. At the lower time limit, I will turn on the green light. At the intermediate time limit, I will turn on the yellow light. At the upper time limit, I will turn on the red light. The speaker has a grace period of 30 seconds to wrap up the speech. If not, the buzzer will be pressed if the grace period is exceeded, and that speech or speaker will be disqualified for the voting. At the end of the meeting, I will submit my timer report to the general evaluator when I'm being asked. So I give a control back to the general evaluator and hope to see nice speeches. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj, and all the best since this is your first meeting and the first role which you are taking up today. All the best.
Second.
Next, we will move on to the R counter role. So this role is today taken up by our future president. From the next meeting, Arun would be the president. So Arun, as you all know, we know him as VP Education of this Chennai Wordsmith Toastmasters Club. Apart from that, he is a firmware engineer, and he is currently learning the machine learning and digital signal processing. And he says he's selectively extrovert. I do not face any such feelings with him. So all the Toastmaster youngsters call him Anna. For me, he is a lovely brother. So according for the theme, he says that yes, every end is a new beginning, and every end gives you an added armor or an experience and skills to go to the next move. So over to you, Toastmaster Arun, the R counter.
Thank you, Sangeeta, for that wonderful introduction. Today, I will be playing the role of R counter, and as R counter, my role would be to count on the unlexical and lexical fillers that the speakers use, and also count on the silent pauses if unintentionally used, and count on the repetitive words that they use. At the end of the meeting, when the general evaluator calls me, I would be giving my report on the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. Let us move on to the next role, the grammarian role, the powerful role in the tag team. So this has taken by our current president, Toastmaster Suruthi. She works at Hyundai as project manager. And about the theme, she says, yes, we have almost reached the line. It's quite exciting when we think about the new beginning. But as I look back, the amount of learning and experience incurred is priceless. So over to Toastmaster Suruthi, the grammarian for today. Hello.
Thank you, General. Yes, got it. Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. So today, as the grammarian, I have two major responsibilities. So as the role says, I will keep track of all the good usages and not so good usages by every speaker on screen. And I will also keep track of the word of the day and theme of the day when any speaker uses it. And my second major responsibility as a grammarian is to introduce you the word of the day. So I'll share my screen now. Sangeeta ma'am, can you stop sharing your screen? I just have, yeah, thank you. So the word of the day is emergence, which is in line with the theme of the day. The meaning of this word is the act of becoming known or coming into existence of you. And the usage, for example, today we have the most awaited emergence of our new XCOM team. So this is one effective usage of the word emergence. Also, we can say the emergence of new ways like conducting online meetings, video MOM, which the XCOM has presented, has been well appreciated by the members. So these are two usages of the word of the day, emergence. So when you want to use it in a sentence, you can try to replace these words, the synonyms such as commencement, inception, initiation, appearance, beginning, etc., by the word emergence. And to have a more deeper understanding of the word of the day, the opposites will be completion, finale, conclusion, ending, etc. So I encourage all the speakers who are coming on screen to use the word of the day, emergence. So in the end, when called upon by the general evaluator, I shall present my grammarian report. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suruthi. So we have done with the introduction of the tag team. Now I turn back the control to Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Manish.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta. That was a jam-packed team. I'm looking forward for evaluation from you and your team. So yes, Toastmasters, every finish line is the beginning of a new race. That is the theme of the day. And you guys should... Wow, I'm motivated. That's nice. So yes, so when I thought of this as the theme of the day, the first thing that we all get into in our minds is the bird phoenix. For all the 90s kids, this might be the Megazord of the Red Power Ranger in Mystic Force Power Rangers. But no, this is a Greek, but we are going into Greek mythology now. So this phoenix has the ability to reform itself or reborn itself from its own ashes. And when it sees its end coming near, it will burn itself into ashes so that it can be born again. Likewise, nothing is your end. Whatever you say is your end, and time is dilated based on your thoughts. So without further ado, we'll go on to our prepared speeches section, where our first speaker, a small intro about our first speaker. He's aspiring to be a confident public speaker and is enjoying his journey in Toastmasters. And regarding the theme of today, he says, life is not a single race. Rather, it is a series of opportunities. A success in race will give you a boost to our next race. A failure in a race is much better, as it teaches us lesson for our next race. So before calling upon our speaker, I would like to call his evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Mithun, to read out his speech objectives, please. Over to Toastmaster Mithun.
Hi Manish, am I audible?
Yes, Mithun, you're audible. Go ahead.
Yeah. Vidyadhar is attending his level 2 project 1, understanding leadership style speech. The purpose of his speech is to present a project for the members to identify his own leadership style. Timer, please note that time for a speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Vidyadhar. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mithun. So now we have a first speaker, Toastmaster Vidyadhar, the leader in me. Leader in me, Toastmaster Vidyadhar.
Any serious leadership role till my college, because I watched a Batman movie and it said, with great power comes great responsibility. But I don't want any responsibility. That's why I always take a team player role and give my 100%, provided there is 0% responsibility. But Vignesh changed all my wrong perception on leadership. A very good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Vignesh is a close friend and elected vice president of my college. So one day he said, Vidya, I have nominated you as the organization head of our college cultural festival. Huh? Collecting all my wit, I counted. Vignesh, the function's budget will be 20 lakhs and 6,000 people will be participating in this. And 100 people will be working under me. Why do you want to take such a risk, Vignesh? But Toastmasters, before I say how Vignesh convinced me, did I tell anything about his leadership style? No, right? He is a wonderful persuasive leader. He will completely sweep you off the floor with his compelling words. The worst part about him is he will make you to do what you don't want to do. But still, at the end, you will do. And that's how he said, Vidya, I'm not giving you this role just because you're my friend. But I see a leader in you. Whenever we friends have to decide, you ask opinion of each and everyone. It shows you are a democratic leader. And during exams, after you complete your preparation, you go and teach everyone. It shows you are a coaching leader. And finally, he said, nobody is a born leader, Vidya. Leaders are made by seizing the opportunity that comes their way. So consider this as a golden opportunity to identify the leader in you. Toastmasters, honestly, these words did something to me. It boosted my confidence and morale. So right away, I accepted the offer. And this is how Vignesh trapped me to take this role with this persuasion. But coming to the experience, this role, which I held for 6 months, has helped me to pursue different leadership styles. For example, initially, I wanted to exhibit the pace-setting leadership style. So I started doing all the work myself, believing I would set myself as an example and inspire my team. But nothing like that happened. Nobody showed any interest. So my senior Vignesh told me, Vidya, leading by example is good, but you're not given the opportunity for the team to take the lead. So rather than standing before them, you could stand behind them and guide them. This piece of advice worked like a miracle. My team, which was like a steam engine, ran like a bullet train. So in that bullet train, one evening, a junior subordinate came to my room with a heavy package. He threw the package away and said, I cannot take it anymore, leave me alone, and left. As an authoritative senior, I would have scolded and dismissed him. But an altruistic leader in me emerged out. So I called him politely, gave him some water, and inquired. A senior team member has asked him to collect a package, but refused to give him a cab. So this 50 kg skinny boy carried a 25 kg package for 4 kilometers, and that made him angry. So when I heard his story, I could relate to his pain and anguish. So I empathetically apologized to him and assured him that such things will not happen. So from that day, he worked till the end of the event without any complaints. Next, I came to know about a noble leadership style which inspires the team to give not just 100%, but their 200%. It is the selfless leadership. When Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam failed in a rocket launch in 1979, his team leader Satish Dhawan took the blame and attended the press conference. In the very next year, when Abdul Kalam succeeded in it, Mr. Dhawan asked Mr. Kalam to attend the press conference. So there are two things here. A selfless leader takes blame for the team's failure. At the same time, the selfless leader transfers the success to the team. So I got a privilege to apply a part of this style in my role. Few days before the event, a fire department came for inspection, and they found out that there were no fire extinguishers, and it was the responsibility of my team member Sudeep. But I took the blame on that day and got verbal bashings from the officials. But seeing this, Sudeep started to work more sincerely thereafter. So after completing this role, I came to witness different leadership styles, pace setting, altruistic, coaching, and so on. But Toastmasters, if you ask me, what is that one leadership style which is applicable for all situations? Then I would say it will be a no leadership style, because Every situation demands different qualities from us. A true leader should be flexible enough to adapt different styles based on the situation. Thus, the need of the hour is a dynamic leadership. But a $1,000,000 question etches in our mind. Who is the dynamic leader? The answer is, the dynamic leader is someone who knows when to take the lead and when to step down. And he is someone who knows when to be authoritative and when to be compassionate. And he knows when to take the accountability and when to transfer the responsibility. So with this experience and learning, I came to the conclusion that not only mine, everyone's innate leadership style is dynamic leadership. Because Charles Darwin once said, it is not the strongest species that survives, nor the most intelligent ones. It is the one which is most adaptable to change. So this adaptability made humans the most successful species in this earth. So as leaders also, we can all win over all coronas of our life if we provoke the dynamic leader present in each and every one of us. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vidyadhar. That was actually an energetic speech by you. So, and going on further with our meeting, age. So, Toastmasters, there's always been a misconception that age is something which draws a line at the end. But no. One fascinating example is of Colonel Sanders, or popularly the KFC grandpa. Yeah. So basically, what happened is, at the age of 50, he had a petrol bunk, and when he thought his life was done, he came up with this interesting idea of making chicken for everyone who's coming to his petrol bunk, and voila! After 20 years, he's having a 6 million share with franchise all over United States. Damn! Just imagine a world without KFC. Isn't it so hurting? So without further ado, we'll go on to our next speaker, who is a second-year Viscom student, a Gavalier turned Toastmaster, whose hobby is to play piano and watch movies and read books. And regarding the team finish doesn't mean the end. It means there's a sequel which will be better than the previous journey. I think she's Surya Khan, singer 123 maybe, yeah. We'll ask about that later. So before calling her onto the screen, I would like to call her Evaluator Toastmaster Arvind to read her speech objectives, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adri. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Anandita. Toastmaster Anandita is a Project 3 from our pathways to clearly define
Toastmaster Arvind. Toastmaster Arvind.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes. You can go ahead.
Good evening to all the Toastmasters and guests, and special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Anandita. She is attempting her level 2 project 3 from Pathways Innovative Planning. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some previous experience as a protege. Timer, please note the time of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arvind. And I would like to call the next speaker, Toastmaster Anandita. Gauge of your life, Toastmaster Anandita. The screen is yours.
Dr. Abdul Kalam, whom the nook and corner of India knows, did not believe in his abilities. He considered himself ordinary. Do you know who had that extra to make him extraordinary? It was his mentor, Vikram Sarabhai. If you look deep into our life, we will also recognize that every mentor in every phase of our life. Good evening, everyone. Mentorship is a positive relationship wherein the experienced and a knowledgeable person helps and guides you at the right moment. Age doesn't matter, but expertise does. Mentorship actually focuses on the overall personality development rather than development of qualities. Let me give you a clear idea about it. How many of you have seen the movie Aladdin? I saw this movie when I was a kid, and I did not understand why the genie had to be friendly with Aladdin instead of just granting his wishes, which he was doing with his previous masters. Why did he ask Aladdin to do everything on his own? A 6-year-old couldn't understand the logic in this movie. As a 17-year-old, I watched this movie with my friends and I understood the relationship between Genie and Aladdin. Genie was Aladdin's mentor. As soon as Aladdin rubs the lamp, Genie tells him to never drink from the cup of money and power, as no amount of money or power will be enough for anyone. He could have just been a quiet spectator, just like he has been to his previous masters. After a while, when when Aladdin asked Genie's help to make him a prince, which he did, but when Aladdin asked Genie's help to woo his lady, the genie kept telling him to be himself and not change himself for anyone. Every time when Aladdin needed someone to remind him that he was slipping off the edge, Genie was always there to tell him that he was wrong. That Toastmasters is a role of the mentor, a person who guides it down the right path, whether in life or in Toastmasters, can be called as a mentor. 2 years back, when I was in 11th grade, I had failed, unfortunately, in 2 subjects, math and physics, in my final exams. I was completely shattered and broken. My parents have never seen me like that. Luckily, my school decided to conduct a retest. I felt so low. My confidence was completely busted. My father was in States at that time, and my mother found this person, Gopinath sir. His first endeavor was not to teach me physics or math, but to boost my spirits. He taught me my subject like no one has before. I passed my retest and I was promoted to class 12. Ever since then, he has been my genie. He has been my genie. Whatever success I face in school or in my music class or even in my college, I would call him and he would be the first person to know. He's the only teacher I kept in touch after my school. This person, Gopinath, was my first genie in my life. Through him, I learned that a mentor must have a willingness to share his knowledge to the protege, must have a positive attitude, and must provide feedback at the right time. On the other hand, the mentee must be willing to learn from the mentor and must share the same enthusiasm as that of a mentor. Only then a relationship will be smooth and learning can happen. I remember my first day when I joined this club. I saw Toastmaster Mythili, who was an acquaintance for me from the Gavel Club, and asked her whether she would like to be my mentor. She immediately agreed, and I couldn't have asked for a better mentor than her. There are a few other members who guided me too. Toastmaster Arun, who encouraged me to be part of the XCOM, who motivated me to complete my speeches on time, and helped me to perform the best of my abilities. Toastmaster Jakob, who guided me the process of making the club newsletter, Toastmaster Shruti, Toastmaster Sangeeta, DTM Green, of course, my dad, Toastmaster Balaganesh, and so many more Toastmasters. It is not just about success, but what happens when you face failures, when you're depressed. On 14 June 2020, a news disturbed almost the entire country. One of the finest actors, the 34-year-old Sushant Singh Rajput, had committed suicide. The news came as a shock to me, as I love Sushant Singh Rajput. His recent movie, Chichore, was one of his best movies and one of my favorite movies, wherein he would be a mentor and guide his son who would try to commit suicide and shape his career along with his wife and 6 other friends from his college. But in real life, the actor sacrificed himself. Only if he was surrounded with mentors, he wouldn't have taken this decision. I am really thankful to God that I entered this forum with one mentor, Gopinath sir, and today I can say proudly that I have umpteen members in Toastmasters. The power of a mentor is known by the development of his or her mentee. A mediocre mentor tells, a good mentor explains, a superior mentor demonstrates, and the greatest mentors inspire. And that inspiration will take you to a different level. And this change can only happen in Toastmasters. Over to the TM Modi.
Thank you so much, Anandita. That was really a nice speech from your side. So next up, we go for the next prepared speech. And for this, we have one Toastmaster. He is known as the handsomest Toastmaster of Chennai Wordsmith Toastmaster Club. He is also a CA by profession, Toastmaster by passion, and whatnot. His resume goes along. He is also the next VP in line for the next XCOM committee. So before introducing the speaker, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Paul Baskaran, to read out his speech objectives, please.
Good evening, everybody, and a special good evening to my speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek. He's attempting a speech under Pathways, is Dynamic Leadership, Level 3, Project 2, Know Your Sense of Humor. The purpose of this project is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor. So we can all expect to be having a very good humorous speech. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck to the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. So now your next speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek, Besties Day Out. Besties Day Out, Toastmaster Abhishek.
23rd April 2019, 10:59 p.m. I was sitting still in front of my laptop. When the clock ticked 11 p.m., I immediately jumped out of my bed and logged the laptop and successfully booked my first day show for Avengers Endgame. Happy evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Yes, basically, I am a Marvel fanatic, and so does my bestie. Do you know what is the difference between a friend and a bestie? A friend is one who will accept all the crazy things you do. A bestie is one who will join you in the crazy club and do all the crazy things along with you. I always prefer watching a movie right on the date of release. Do you know why? Because basically I'm a Marvel fanatic. Yes, that's the reason. But it is also because of unemployment in India. Are you really interested to know unemployment in India? For a huge film release, and the next day, open a social media's trending pages. Be flooded with film reviews. The same is the case with trailers also. 13 things you missed in the trailer. 10 twists expected in the movie. And the list goes on. At that time, I was also unemployed. So I didn't go for a movie review. I did use my time productively. I watched all the and noted all the points and the twists that are expected in the movie. Now, on the movie release date, We bunked the office and changed ourselves from formals to far marvels with an Avenger signature t-shirt. Thought of wearing the same shirt now, but this lockdown made it impossible because it no more fits me. Now, as always, we reached the mall very late and I was hurrying to lift. She was approaching slowly with her face immersed in her mobile. I was confused and asked her, "Hey, what happened? Is my mascara visible?" I was completely irritated. Only 5 minutes left for the movie to start. With that tone, I replied her, "No, it's not visible." To my dismay, in the lift there was a glass. So she looked at that and slowly turned towards me. "Do you know what mascara is?" With much pride, I said, "I don't know. But I know one thing. That is something around your eyes, which makes your eyes look more black, right?" Only 3 minutes left for the movie. I got a 20 marks answer what mascara is. Before she could complete her answer, we crossed the queue and sat on a seat, and the screen also published the welcome note. Just because the screen published the welcome note, her speaker was off. If not, that answer will be for 25 marks or 30 marks. Opening scene. Iron Man was sitting in the spaceship, and there was a white light found in the top right side corner. That was the first point I noted here. I was very much focused on that white light without any distractions. 5 minutes passed. That white light also passed. This reviewer gave a full story with that white light itself, but the director used it for some lighting purposes. Okay, with a little disappointment, I marked an into. The second on the line was a new Marvel character introduction, and 13 reasons why Catherine was supposed to feature on that. Next, I was again eagerly waiting for her introduction in the screen. Everyone started moving out. Yes, movie got over. My all checkboxes filled with an into mark. We came out of the cinema and were crossing through the B-bus store. There we noticed an advertisement. Black Widow's Lehenga collection. I was completely taken back by the brain behind this marketing clip. Basically, I'm a Marvel fanatic. I follow Marvel movies from the very beginning and I never missed any interviews of them. Still, I never found her wearing a lehenga anywhere. But these guys were publishing Marvel's Black Widow's Lehenga collection. That too in a contrast colors which they can wear only for party wear. I never seen her partying anywhere. By this time, you know what would have happened. She went for a window shopping. So what will I do? I went for a mouth shopping. Basically to give some work at least to my mouth. You won't believe it, Toastmasters. To my surprise, before I could complete my sandwich, she completed her window shopping and was back. And by the way, it was my 5th sandwich and I was expecting to complete at least 10 sandwiches before she could complete her window shopping. The day went well with these 5th sandwich and the Marvel superheroes. Believe me, my dear Toastmasters, having a bestie is one of the boons in life. Your bestie can make your worst day the best. They always be there to support you, encourage you, and criticize you. All of these only to bring the best out of you. I'm proud to say that I have such a bestie in my life. And I'm more proud to say we both are a Marvel fanatic. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhishek. That was a really enjoyable speech from your side. So Toastmasters, I've given a theme called as every finish line is the beginning of a new race. Nice. Okay. I could see some. Yeah. Good. But you might wonder if I use it in my life as well. Yeah. So actually I do. Whenever you go to eat in a restaurant, say Absurd barbecues or Gold barbecues, when you finish your main course itself, your stomach will be full, I'm sure. But every finish line is the beginning of a new race, I'm telling you. Don't put a full stop over there. Putakama and go for the desserts, because food goes for the stomach and the dessert goes for the heart. So, and we'll go for the next speaker. The next speaker is a senior program manager in a software company whose hobbies are watching movies, reading books, drawing, and gardening. And before I call my speaker onto the screen, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Armugam, to read out his speech objectives, please.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Armugam.
I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Mohan. Toastmaster Mohan is attending ACB 9 manual speeches by management. Timer, please note 5 to 7 minutes. Speech objective: understand the concept of motivation. Use the described strategies to align the audience goals with your objective. Deliver a motivational speech and influence your audience and specific actions. All the best to Toastmaster Mohan. Over to TM Moody.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Armugam. I would like to call upon the next speaker, Toastmaster Mohan. Success is the best revenge. Success is the best revenge, Toastmaster Mohan.
You will hear me?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
How many times life knocks you, it doesn't really matter. But all the times you need to rise and fight for your goals, lofty goals. So you should have a courage, a self-discipline, and a willpower. So to fight all the amounts of pain and failure that life has given to you. Have you ever thought of fighting really hard to come across your life, where you have only one kind of a weapon that you can have is the success? Once you know success is the best revenge, then your mind will be set and be focused on seeing a sunlight in the end of a dark tunnel. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This story is about Ratan Tata. In 1991, Ratan Tata became a chairman of a Tata group. At the time, Ratan Tata was manufacturing the trucks manufacturing in India. In 1998, Ratan Tata wanted to start a business in the car division. At the time, the same year, they have released Tata Indica. Tata Indica, one of the passenger car or the modern car that they have released, the modern car, the first manufacturing in India. It's one of the dream projects for Ratan Tata. When Ratan Tata spent most of his time and day and night to make his dream come true. But Tata Indica went to the market sales, but it has not proved as per the expectation of Ratan Tata. The sales was really poor. And some of this business team members and also the neighbors have requested Ratan Tata to sell the car division. But Ratan Tata was not happy. But after various discussions, Ratan Tata agreed to sell the car division. In 1999, Ford came forward to take over the Tata's car division. They invited Ratan Tata's team to come to Detroit to talk about the business. Ratan Tata and his entire team members flew from Mumbai to Detroit. Both the teams have discussed more than 3 hours. The discussion was in detail, but at the time, Ratan Tata was humiliated in front of his team members by the chairman of Ford, Bill Ford. Bill Ford said to Ratan Tata, if you're not able to do, or if you're not known about the car manufacturing, why did you start this project? No, I'm doing a favor by buying your Tata car division. By hearing this, Ratan Tata was not happy at all. And he decided on the night itself, not to sell the car division. On the night itself, he and his entire flew from Detroit to Mumbai. Every finish line there is a start of the beginning. That once he came back to India, he spent most of the time in Tata Motors, and Tata Motors is a new emergence in the car industries. By 2008, we had the best car sales in the world. At the time 2008, Ford was not doing well. There are two series of Jaguar and Land Rover. There was a slow marketing, and there was a big revenue blow for them. At the time, Ratan Tata decided to take over Jaguar and the Land Rover. And he invited Ford team to come to Mumbai for the business discussion. Ford and Bill Ford and the team traveled from Detroit to Mumbai for the discussion. At that time, Ratan Tata would have utilized to humiliate Will Ford, but he has not did it. That's the biggest and the better person he showed. But Ford has said thank you for taking this car sales of 2 Jaguar and JLR when there is in a crisis period. Tata Group has taken over both Jaguar and also Land Rover for 2.3 billions from Ford company. It is a story where this story of the Ford, Tata Motors with the Ford, it says you success is the best revenge. Although they have taken over this one, although they have taken over the Jaguar car and the Land Rover, the sales of this is going to be a big challenge for the Tata, where they come with for 3 ideas or the 3 areas where improvement is. They will improve the liquidity and the cost control and also a new product. Jaguar is one of the best sales in the American industries, and the 2013 the car sales had hit the margin of 70,000 cars they have sold in 2013. In 2017, with compared to 2009, there's a triple sales that they have got through. The sales of about 178,601 cars have been sold out, with a revenue of $34 billion. Ratan Tata usually have a note saying that I do not believe in taking a right decision, but I'll take decision, make it right. He already proved it in this. And there's a 5 insightful that we need to take over when you want to achieve a goal and make it success. One is believe in yourself. Another one is enhance your positive mindset and positive attitude. Embrace your uninvented failures and pains, and understand your significance of success in your life. And try to read the stories, the life stories of the successful people and also the failure stories. All the best for you for successful goals and to make it success. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. That was really an inspiring speech from your side. So moving on, when you see today's flyer along with the big quote that was on in my face, it had other person's face also, that this person is going to give a DTM speech. So without further ado, I'm going to call the next speaker, who says that she likes most about, the quote is most relatable to Abdul Kalam, as he said, your birth may be an incident, but your death has to be history. So read out her speech objective. I would like to call distinguished Toastmaster Arun Sridhar onto the screen, please.
Distinguished Toastmaster Mythili is going to be giving her ACG 10 from the Public Relations Manual. It's called the Crisis Management Speech. She's going to give it in the form of a press conference, and therefore it's going to be 4 to 6 minutes. And then after that, it's going to be 3 to 5 minutes of question and answer. We can ask her some tough questions, right? Because this is a crisis management speech. The objectives are: learn strategies for communicating to the media about a company crisis. Prepare a speech for the media about a company crisis that produces a positive image for the company. Answer questions from the media in a manner that reflects positively on the company. As I said, the time given is 4 to 6 minutes for the presentation and 3 to 5 minutes for the question and answer session.
Thank you so much, DTM Arun Sridhar. And our next speaker, Toastmaster Mythili. The testing time, Toastmaster Mythili. The screen is yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mythili Srinivas, the CEO of Hi-Tech Company. As you all know, that Hi-Tech Company is one of the leading manufacturing company in the induction stove for the past 25 years. And we feel proud to say that we have been the pioneers in this country. At Hi-Tech, the highest priority is given to the customers, their needs, and their safety. Hi-Tech deeply regrets for one of an incident wherein it was involving the use of the induction stove, wherein it is stated that it accidentally caused fire and injured a minor girl. Fortunately, it was not serious. This occurrence had taken place on the 21st June at Chennai. However, our office has received the communication only on 23rd June, and that too by email. We are now given to understand that a police complaint also has been lodged after a delay of 2 days. However, we are now closely working with the family and the technical team to find out the cause of the accident and also decide on the future course of action. All the products in high-tech run with 1-year warranty, which you all know. This product, as per our records, has been sold 2 years back in X2Y serial number. There has been a lot of miscommunication in the media that our MD has absconded, maligning the reputation of the company, which remained unblemished for 25 years. Our MD was called for an interrogation by the police, and the company was also in deep turmoil trying to locate that serial number, which was very important. As the product was partially burnt, they were restrained in finding out this serial number, and once it was deciphered, you all know that high-tech company gives importance and highest priority to the customers. So the entire company was searching for the old records to find out all the customers who had taken this serial number X2Y to inform them to use it with precaution till we find out the cause of the accident. High-tech always ensures the safety and satisfaction of its customers. So whoever has similar experience or have further queries on this safety issue, we have assigned a special customer care team whom you can contact at 001 008 5842. Let me repeat, 001 008 5842. Our team will accommodate all your questions regarding your safety. We would like to reassure the public that high-tech has never ever had any problem with the merchandise all these 25 years. And this is the first accident or the first complaint that has come in, which has made us to think more seriously about it. Our investigation team is even going to the extent of finding out if this could be a plot laid by our competitors to malign our company and bring the reputation down. All our products get sold within 6 months of manufacturing. In fact, as this product is 2 years old, we have requested the customer to give 2-3 samples so that we can recheck on the safety. If we ever find through the technical team that high-tech is at fault, which is very, very, very remote, we assure you of not only withdrawing the entire X2Y series, but also replacing the same. As you all know, our company gives only a warranty for 1 year, but we value our customers more. And we do not want any of us, a customer, to get dissatisfied with our product. Regarding the present and future products, be assured a special team of experts have been assigned to redesign the entire safety measure and also going for an in-depth inspection before the product is delivered in the market. We would want to ensure all safety that is available to be given to the customer so that the product quality is also not at stake. Definitely, we are now in a testing time, but we are sure and confident that we will re-establish our credentials shortly. Till then, I would appeal to the media to keep yourself little bit constrained so that we come forward to give all the facts before you once it is discovered. Now, the media is free to ask any questions.
Hello.
Yes.
Can I ask the question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. My question is, what did you offer? What did you give to the girl rather than defending yourselves by saying about your safety precautions?
Sir, we
That
have
is why
taken...
that is. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand we are working.
My question: what did you give to her, minor child, girl, or family, rather than defending your safety precautions? These all safety precautions are fine. We are not
Sir,
not asking about that. What did you give?
That is why, sir, we have come forward to say that we are closely working with the family. We went to the hospital, reimbursed all their expenses, assured the child of good future and also a job in our company. And we have assured them that it could not have been caused by the neglect of the product. And we are still investigating to find out if the user manual had been rightly used or not. And we are with
I'm
the
not
child
asked.
in their recovery.
My question is, what did you give to her?
Sir, as of now, we have only compensated all the medical expenses. We have not taken any moral responsibility since the problem is still under the investigation. Once it is proved that we are negligent, we'll definitely go ahead to give all the legal compensation that is possible. As of now, since there is also a doubt if it could be a plot laid by the other competitors, we are just keeping our fingers crossed. All the moral responsibility of compensating them with the immediate medical treatment and reassurance we are giving, and we are following with the family also, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, Mythili. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me the kind of quality check that you do before your product is out? So can you furnish that possibly?
The entire process is electrical, and therefore we have all the check measures in the product itself, that beyond a point, if it is getting heated, there will be a fan which will be working, and immediately if the heat goes beyond a point, it will automatically switch off and bring the temperature down. So this is the mechanism, and these switches which are automatic have also been checked at every point to ensure that it does not get into default. Any other questions?
This is a question on the affected girl. You said she's not, fortunately, she's not serious, but you're also saying that now that she's in hospital. So which is it? Is she not
She
out
has,
of danger?
yes, sir. She has suffered a burn injury in the hand, and they are now doing a skin grafting since she is a girl child, and we are following it up with the best doctor team so that there is no scar in her hand to bring down her confidence in any other way. It's just a minor injury, but it has to be replaced by a skin grafting because the area of the skin is burnt.
Why your managing director gone absconding? If that shows that you are scared of something, isn't it?
Yes, sir. In a speech itself, I gave you the explanation that he was not absconding, but he was rather called for an interrogation by the police, for which he had to go for 2 or 3 days continuously, and the police had strictly told him not to appear in public till the clearance is given by the police, and that was a constraint for him. And soon followed by that, since we had to give our customers the highest priority of warning them, we had been chasing on the previous customer list to find out who are the persons who have been taking this in the H2Y series, and that was a delay, and that is why we came out now with all the press conference.
Then you could have gone for a anticipatory bail, isn't it?
Sir, there is no FIR registered. It is only in the preliminary investigation stage. So no crime number has been assigned for me to go to the anticipatory bail and get an anticipatory bail. There is also not a necessity there because I don't feel that I'll be arrested because it's not a serious offense.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now that the time is coming to an end, let me assure the customers time and again that you are considered as a partner in the mission of this company, and therefore you will always be assured of the best quality product, and all safety assurance will be given. In future also, we are going very vigorous on the safety measures, so you can be assured of the best product in your hands. Thank you so much.
Am I audible right now? Am I audible?
Yes, Manish, you are.
Yes. Yes. Just a minute. There is no finish line in Toastmasters, as speaking is a habit. The more you speak, the more expert you become. You know who said this? Well, it was this speaker who just gave her DTM speech right now, not mine. Yes. It was because, and I'm happy right now and more privileged distinguished Toastmaster Mythili after her DTM speech, and I'm the first person to do that as well. So moving on, growth is what you find when, am I audible?
Yes.
Sure, audible.
Yes, okay. So moving on, for our next part of this part of meeting is the table topic session, where it's the nail-biting session of the Toastmasters itself, where you'll be given a topic on spot and you'll be asked to speak on the spot itself. So to call upon the next speaker or the host, the TTM master for this event, I would like to call her Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Abram Zakaria.
Hello,
TTM
can you
Abraham
hear me?
Zakaria?
Yes, yeah, yes. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, TTM Abraham Zakaria.
Yes, okay, thank you. The purpose of this project is the member to demonstrate her ability to listen what others say. Her ability to listen what others say. That's why she is taking up the role of table topic master. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, TTM Abraham Zakaria. And to introduce about our TT Master, she is the SAA of our club. Her hobbies include decluttering, driving, fitness, and is passionate about public speaking. So based on the theme, she says, every end is the beginning of a new race. The quote keeps us grounded. We never win or lose permanently. Everything is temporary. On that note, I'd like to call Toastmaster Anusha onto the screen, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. We are at the most exciting portion of the Toastmasters meeting. Yes, it's a table topics. The main objective of table topic is to develop the impromptu communication skills and help you think on the feet by answering unrehearsed questions. Those who are giving the TT today would be enhancing their listening, thinking, and organizing and speaking skills. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's call upon Toastmaster Balamurugan, our first TT speaker.
What is that? Okay, table.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Your table topic is, some say marriage is the beginning of life and others say it's the end of life. What do you say, sir?
Happy evening, Toastmasters and guests. Am I visible? Audible? Okay.
Yes.
See, that was 2000 April. I got married Meena, and then I was working with a Spic Organics company where I was just a technician in 2000, and I used to play cricket a lot on the weekends, and I never ever thought about my career path. I just spent good time. Was a good company, and I want to retire from there itself. But after getting married, new beginning started. It was all about growth and how to go to the next level in life. Those things were kindled or catalyzed by my wife. And then I am in this position almost in a period of 20 years. I'm in a different level right now compared to my level in the past. So really, it's a beginning. Marriage is a beginning in each and every one's life. It's not about ending in any of the life. My wife is peeping in. I never appreciated, so she peeped in. Thank you. And to answer your question, marriage is a good beginning, not the end of anything.
Thank you, sir. And in another 1 year, he'll be celebrating 2 decades of marriage. So best wishes, sir.
Thank you.
Next. Next let's call upon guest Bharat. Guest Bharat, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, sorry, I was on mute.
Okay. If you'd be able to switch on your video, it will be better.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Hi. Hi.
Hello. So now your topic is, you rather be the best player on a team that always loses or be the worst player on a team that always wins? Guest Bharat, you rather be the best player on a team that always loses or be the worst player on a team that always wins?
Yeah. So good evening to all Toastmasters.
Sorry.
I think he is lost, probably.
Okay.
Why it is not?
Okay, let's move on to the next person. Toastmaster Ramanujam.
Yes.
So your topic for the day would be, winning yourself is more important than winning the race. Toastmaster Ramanujam, winning yourself is more important than winning the race.
Good evening, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. In life, we run for very simple thing is to eat proper food and have a healthy and a pleasant life. Life is like a race, but if you are comparing yourself with others, you lose that race. We all know the 5 fingers are of same size. We know each day is not the same day. Similarly, each one of them is very unique. That uniqueness, the strengths, the plus that what you have makes you apart from others. So winning the race does not matters at all, because what matters is how did you satisfy yourself. You would have done so many n number of Toastmasters roles, but still you would always want to see where can I improve, because you wanted to ensure that you move from one level to other level in your performance. If life is a race, you are like a relay baton. Relay baton meaning without an end of the race. You learn in each segment of your life and win that segment. When you are down to your earth or down because of circumstances and situations, it teaches you how to become positive and come out. When you are so much happiness and you've achieved so much in your life, that life teaches how to be grounded. So I always prefer that winning yourself matters rather than end result, because when you perform well, end result automatically comes. We don't chase towards that, we just practice and move on slowly. So over to TableTopic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramanujam. That was a new insight in your speech. You said beautifully how we don't need to compare yourself and each one of us are unique. Very true. I completely agree with you. Thank you. Now let's move to our next. Let me call a guest, Toastmaster guest Ashwini. Guest Ashwini.
Hi all.
So your topic would be, please experience in life where you felt low and you overcame it. guest Ashwini, experience in life where you felt low and overcame it.
Sure, yes. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I think I would like to start off by the current space I'm in and why I even decided to join Toastmasters. So, one of the reasons why I considered Toastmasters because I was feeling like I was not accomplishing a lot in life, and communication skills is something that is very, very key in a lot of aspects of life, not just in career, not just in professional life, in a lot of other things as well. So the first step to overcoming anything is acknowledging that you're experiencing a shortfall, and I think this is a great example that I've taken the first step to overcoming it. Yeah, so that's about it.
Thank you, Ashwini. It was delightful hearing from you. Welcome to our Toastmasters Club. We look forward to hear more table topic sessions from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to call upon Aaron.
Yes.
Yes. So your topic for the day would be your happiest day in your life. Happiest day in your life, Toastmaster Aaron.
Sorry, I am a Gavilier.
Happiest day of your life.
No, I'm telling I am a Gavilier, not a Toastmaster. Okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Just
Aaron, still you can talk. Aaron, you can talk.
Yeah, I can talk. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
I know that.
So the happiest day in my life. So I would just think of my happiest day in my life. So I'll just turn off the video. This would be the happiest day of my life. So I just want to have a nice beach, some house near a beach, nice cool breeze with waves around me. And there would be many birds are sitting here by. I would like a big parrot which speaks with me. So that would be the happiest day in my life with no corona, no lockdown. I can just go around the beach, enjoy, collect, catch fish, have some fun boating around the shore. So then I would just like to find a location in a beach where no one would find me and no corona will join me. So I just want to be alone on some nice beach with a big theater inside it. So description about the house. So inside the house there should be one big theater. The next room should be a big nice bedroom. From the bedroom there's a secret door which you can go into a control room where you can control everything on the island, including which plant should grow and which plant should not, when the flower should come, when coconut should grow. I just hope that happens. And then I would just finally open another room from there to go and read whatever I want, like encyclopedias. So I think, thank you.
Thank you, Arun. Your imaginative island is really beautiful. It was not just your happiest day of your life. We were all really happy to hear a beautiful speech from a young Gavilier. Thank you. So let's close the TT for the day. We have a lot of sessions lined up, so we'll close TT with this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anusha. That was indeed a nail-biting session with you. I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm audible, guys. Yes, superb. Okay, we'll move on to the next session. And before that, Toastmasters, as a kid, you all would have had this situation or a talk with your family members. Like when you're studying 10th standard, Now, before a board exam, they would say, okay, Kana, this is the most important thing in your life. You have to study hard. Then only you can get the score in your, you can choose your group in the 11th standard. This is the most important period. Study 10th standard alone, it's okay. Then 12th and all you can choose. When you go to 12th standard, they would again say, Kana, you have to study because this is the most important period of your life. So that you need to, your career is based on this. And then you go to a college, you go study for AAPMC exams, and then they say your career is based on this. And fortunately, unfortunately, I took medicine for NEET PG also. I'm studying, and still my parents are telling me, Anna, please study right now because your career is based on this. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, every exam is not a finish line; it is just the beginning for another exam. So on this note, we'll go on to the next session, which is the general evaluator session, where our speaker is the program manager at Reynolds Nissan. And about the team, she says, September April September. Well, it kind of reminds me of Tirisa Ilana Naindara. So without further ado, I'll call upon Toastmaster Sangeeta, the VPM, current VPM of our Toastmasters Club. Over to you, Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manish. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, Toastmaster Sangeeta, I'm able to see it.
Okay, so let's start with our evaluation session. So why do we need evaluation? It is not new for us. Starting from our kids, our evaluator is our mother. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why can't you do like this? So then we go to school and the teachers are our evaluators. It just not stop there. When we go to college, the evaluators turn to be our professors. And even when we come out of the college and finish our education, that doesn't stop there again. When you go to the our job, our managers are our evaluators. So wherever we go, this evaluation that always will be back of us. So we need to live with that. I always hate these evaluations, exams, but we need to go with the run, right? So this is a popular quote, like, the goal is not to be perfect by the end. The goal is to be better tomorrow. So there is always be a better tomorrow. So I'm always hoping on this particular point. So when it comes to Toastmasters evaluation, it's a best and effective evaluation. All the speakers who comes and join as Toastmasters, they are transforming and adopting their speaking journey or the leadership journey based on this effective evaluation. So this evaluation in Toastmasters, this is based on the speech objectives, which is derived and phrased in the Toastmasters curriculum. And the evaluators are evaluating the speech and not the person. And the evaluators again motivate the speakers by their inspiring words, and they will give the constructive improvements or suggestions so that the speakers can apply this on the further speeches to improvement. So let's begin with the evaluation session. Our first evaluator is Toastmaster Mythili. He's a test engineer at Amazon. He likes to try new things in life and get out of comfort zone. And when I asked about this theme, he said, it's a new chance to do things that were not done well in the past and to improve it. So let me welcome Toastmaster Mythili to evaluate the speech by Toastmaster Vidyadhar, the leader in me. So over to you, Toastmaster Mythili.
Thank you, General Evaluator Sangeeta, for that awesome introduction. Whenever I hear a speech from Toastmaster Vidyadhar, he never ceases to amaze us with his unique speeches. Leaders are not born, but are made. And Toastmaster Vidyadhar, you are an example of that. You started your speech well with a story of how your friend Vignesh had influenced you to take up a leadership role. And this story has made the audience to connect well with your speech. After that, The positive things that I found in your speech were the hand gestures and the voice modulation through which you make the speech a great speech. And also the content of the speech was well written, that it started like a story from one point to another point, where you had taken up the leadership roles and also you have pointed out the places where you had problems and how you tackled it. And also there were places where you included some of the real life incidents of where Abdul Kalam had similar problems and where he took up this uh, leadership role and how he overcame it. I had one recommendation for you. That is, at the end of the speech, I noticed that you had stuck in your speech for a while. This could have been avoided if you had just practiced your speech well and deliver it on few times before giving it to the audience. If you have taken this recommendation, definitely this speech would have been a great speech. Thank you from my side. Back to the general level.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mythili. Let us move on to the next evaluator. Toastmaster Arvind Annamalai. Toastmaster Arvind Annamalai is an engineer at IIT Madras. He's studying, and his hobbies are watching on this social media and watching and analyzing cricket. So when I asked about the theme, he says, always we are catching up on the next one. So at times we need a pass and to have a little time to keep ourselves refreshed and motivating for the next step to run. So let me invite Toastmaster Arvind to evaluate Toastmaster Anindita's speech, The Gods of Our Life. Over to you, Toastmaster Arvind.
Thank you, General Evaluator. We have all witnessed a powerful speech given by Toastmaster Anindita on mentoring. Since the speech is about mentor, my evaluation will also be mentor. The M in mentor stands for message. Your speech contained a powerful message of how a mentor should be, and it's clearly demonstrated throughout the speech. And especially in the ending, you described how a good mentor should be. The E in mentor stands for engaging the audience. We all felt that it was perfectly executed in different parts of the speech. In the start, we as audience were engaged in your reference to the Aladdin story and how the genie was Aladdin's mentor. Then you mentioned about the tragic death of the star in the making, Sushant Singh Rajput, and how the lack of a mentor became the sole reason for his tragic decision. So kudos for engaging the audience throughout the speech. The N in mentor stands for non-verbal communication. I personally felt that you could have incorporated more gestures, emotions, and voice modulation in your speech. Your speech had some amount of successful experiences and some not so successful experiences. I felt that you could have used more emotions and voice modulation over there. The T in mentor stands for transition. I felt that you talked about a lot of things in a short 5 to 7 minute speech. And so there was little scope for transitions. My suggestion is you could have picked maximum 2 or 3 experiences and describe them in detail. The O in mentor stands for objectives. Throughout your speech with full of examples, we came to know about mentoring in general, as well as mentoring in Toastmasters. So you were bang on target in achieving the project objectives. And finally, the R in mentor stands for rehearsal. We all felt that you appear really comfortable delivering your speech. This shows that you have spent considerable time rehearsing and practicing your speech. Summarizing it, the message of your speech was inspiring. You engaged the audience like a professional speaker. The project objectives were met and your speech was well rehearsed. If I could suggest something, you could have used gestures, voice modulation, and emotion, and there could be smoother transitions. With that, congrats for completing level 2 in Toastmasters Pathways. As the theme says, every finish line is the beginning of a new race. And with that note, I would love to hear more evaluation from you. Thank you. More speeches from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. That was a wonderful evaluation. So let us move on to the next evaluator, Toastmaster Pal Baskaran. So Pal Baskaran, sir, he is popularly known as SPB of Chennai Wordsmith Toastmasters Club. He is a Toastmaster for 8 years, a corporate trainer, one-on-one coach on effective English, and a past president of this prestigious club. His hobbies are networking, singing, speaking, and knowledge sharing. When I asked about the theme, he said, winner needs to keep aiming higher, never relent or get complacent, to have a keep doing attitude. So let us welcome Toastmaster Pal Baskaran to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Abhishek's humorous speech, The Besties Day Out. Over to you, Toastmaster Pal Baskaran.
Thank you very much, the General Evaluator, respected General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters. Once again, good evening to all, and in particular to my speaker, not a speaker, bestie Abhishek, I would say. Any great speech will have an attention-grabbing opening, like he said, on 23rd April, that enthused me as to what is he going to talk about. Well-structured body with supporting points that I am going to cover later. And one message-giving closing. My speaker demonstrated so well all these elements with the primary objective of humor sprinkling throughout, be it film review, mascara, or lehenga, etc. The strengths that attracted me most are energy, smile, pleasant voice. These were quite visible in his storytelling throughout, and which are commendable, I would say. Number two, again, when he was sharing humor, body language, varying voice, the voice he was varying it, that played major role in his speech, and he did it exceedingly well. For example, I saw the sadness in unemployment, curiosity in opening the scene, and again the feeling of disappointment in movie got over by then. Wonderful. Amidst humor, he gave away one message to me, which is everybody has friends, my dear friends, but having a bestie is the boon that will make our worst day as a best day, turning worst day to best day. Great. If my suggestions, recommendations add wow factors, here you are. Picture speaks 1,000 words. I would say prop speaks million words. When he said Avengers t-shirt, just for the dramatizing purposes, you could have bought one and shown the small one and t-shirt, which would definitely give more weightage to your speech. Again, mascara thing. When he was in conversation with the girlfriend, after explaining all these things, chalo, this is what is mascara, and she took it out from her handbag, and this is what it is. This will have great attraction from the audience, especially the women folks. Number three, before every punch, please apply pause in order to have smooth transition. I would recommend 3S formulas: set up story, set up pause, and set up punch at the end. Had you applied these techniques, definitely this would be an enthralling speech. So summarize, I had a fun and frolic by way of my bestie Abhishek's wonderful speech. Look forward to more humorous speech applying my recommendations. Back to the General Evaluator. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pal Baskaran. Let's move on to the next evaluator, Toastmaster Arumugam. He's a banker by profession and Toastmaster by passion. So let's welcome Toastmaster Arumugam to evaluate Toastmaster Mohan's speech. Success is the best revenge. Over to you, Toastmaster Arumugam. Toastmaster Arumugam, you are in mute. Arumugam, sir, you are in mute.
Now audible?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, Toastmaster Arumugam. Please go ahead.
yeah. Once again, good evening to Toastmasters and guests. Special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Mohan. Let me congratulate Toastmaster Mohan for completing ACB 9 project. Congratulations, sir. Toastmaster Mohan, opening of the speech was excellent. Speech topic selection itself has given a more motivation to all audience. Success with best revenge. We can classify Toastmaster Morgan speech. There is a 4 letters: attention, AIDA, attention, interest, and decision and action. Attention. My target speaker, selection of the story, Tata Motors story under Ratan Tata leadership. Ratan Tata is one of the best business leader in India that everybody is aware. The interest about the story, particularly the Ford Indigo, that means the Tata Indigo, the converted into Ford, Tata Indigo stories, that 1991, how they launched, the failure, success, the finally the Tata Indigo take over by Ford. Then the decision, Ratan Tata, the decision taken by takeover for JLR, that is Jaguar and Land Rover deal, how the car is from 0 to make it hero. That means all super premium car. After that, once the Ratan Tata take over the JLR, that after that Indian super premium car industry itself is a turnover, because that after that lot of Benz Audi cars are selling more in India after Jaguar only. And the actions lost. And our target speaker has described very well about the lessons from Ratan Tata. Believe in yourself, enhance positive approach in each and every decision making. Success and failures are part of life. That is, a list is going on. What is this? My suggestion, Toastmaster Morgan very well described Tata Motors stories and very well done, sir. Only 2 important items you are missing. That means my suggestions. Your speech going like a Jaguar speed. If you are putting some pauses, that will give your speech good speech to great speech. There is one more, my suggestions, voice modulations. You have a super well content story, but if you are adding your voice modulation, take an example. When you are talking about, when you are explaining about Jaguar, how many of you seen Jaguar cars and what is the best quality? If you are opening that about Jaguar, that will be attract more on audience. That is one is missing, sir. Your great speech to wow if you are adding voice modulation. Overall, your speech was superb, and we are looking for your next level speech, next speech. All the best, sir. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arumugam. So let's move on to the next evaluation. So this is a special evaluation, which is going to be done by DTM Arun Sridhar. So when I asked about the theme of the day, he said he is going to restart his second DTM journey again from July. So beginning from the end. So it's a new start for him again. So all the best, Arun Sridhar. And now It is the testing time. Yes, he is going to test the testing time by Toastmaster Mythili. So all the best. Over to you, DTM Arun Sridhar.
Thank you. So, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Mythili, that was a very interesting and tour de force performance. Probably one of the best finales we could have hoped for, because it really brought together all of the things, all of the elements that you learned before, the speech making, thinking through all the questions that would come, and the way you handled the questions was really nice. And that is very well skillfully handled the situation, because I think you should have been the MD. The MD should have been arrested, and you should have become the MD, because you addressed all the main points. You expressed regrets. You told that it was a one-off incident. You told that in 25 years it has never happened, and if it did happen, we will accept responsibility. And you made sure that you did not get into any legal trouble by saying the exact right words. You told that we have compensated the girl only for the medical expenses. There was no kind of acceptance of blame, which is you use the exact right words, because as a spokesperson you can get into trouble by saying the wrong things, by accepting blame when it is not really the case. And you very cleverly shifted it to a possible competitor, which is a very interesting thing to done. And the way you called out that X2Y serial number also was very, very professional. If anybody had that serial number, you could call that out. So, as I said, a very extremely good final performance.
Sir, you're on mute.
Sorry, I don't know how I got it from you. So you chose the exact, precise, right words, as I was saying, and it was also sensitive and empathetic. It was not that I didn't find it to be very corporate speak, or it wasn't very plain spoken. It was very sensitive also. If there's one feedback that I can give you, it is that the Q&A session, you were constantly interrupting the questioners. I think you should just allow them to speak completely, finish their sentence, and then you could have started, which would probably show you as being under control and professional, instead of maybe feeling a bit jittery about the questions. So other than that, I think it was a very professional performance, and you could probably be a PR consultant for a corporate. So thank you, and I wish you well for your Distinguished Toastmaster Award, and look forward to your future speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Arun Sridhar. It was a well evaluation. So that marks the DTM journey complete for DTM Mythili Srinivas. All the best and congratulations. So let's move on to the next evaluation. It is by DTM Abraham Zakaria. So he is going to evaluate Toastmaster Anusha's table topics session. So when I asked about the theme, DTM Abraham Zakaria said, all the new beginnings have to be on a higher plane or level to reach excellence one day. So he was also fondly called as father of the Chennai Wordsmith Toastmasters Club. So over to you, DTM Abraham Zakaria, to evaluate Toastmaster Anusha's speech. DTM Abraham Zakaria, you're not audible.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests, good evening. We are born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. What is emerged as we got to listen more than what we speak. Coming to my evaluation per se, I must say my tablet speaker or TableTopic master did a great job. Within the shortest time, selected the right persons from the right crowd. Starting with the first speaker and the topic, say your marriage is an end or a beginning. And her answer in the conclusion, she said about one date, April 2002, Balmurugan got married. You have 2 more years. So that shows she was listening to the speech intensely. Then coming to the next speaker, the topic was, it is winning yourself or winning the race. And the speaker, as you know, very shrewd person, he said his own words, so many things. And she concluded it and said, you are not comparing with others, but compare with others. That was a core message he wanted to convey it to us, which was rightly said. Coming to the third speaker, there is a guest. She said, experience life when it was low, how you overcame it. She didn't say anything about that comment. Coming to the next speaker, Arun, what is the happiest day? Aaron said so many things, take us into a imaginary world. And rightly she said, your imaginary island has made us to go there. And as an young cavalier, you did the right thing. So all this good listening. I have a few suggestions also. Like the first topic, she should have said something more, because he had around some of the other topics also he said about winning and all that she didn't say. Coming to the next speaker, he very specifically said 5 fingers each day. One of us are different from the other person, and he said relay baton. There is something unique. You could have added that. Then coming to the third speaker, she didn't say any comment on that. That could have been added. With that, I must say she did a great job, and here emerged a new listening speaker rather than a speaking leader. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Abraham Zakaria. So this concludes the evaluation session, and let's move on to the tag team's report. So let me invite timer Toastmaster Manoj to produce his report, timer report. Over to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you, Sangeeta. From my report, everybody is qualified in this section of, let me share the screen first.
So,
so everybody has qualified in the prepared speech section as well as the evaluation section. And in the TT speech section, everybody is qualified.
okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. That really saves our time to see the consolidated report, the presentation over the. So now let me invite our counter, Toastmaster Arun, to produce his report. Over to you, Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you so much, Sangeeta, for calling out my name. So as usual, SAA started the meeting and she used to in her speech, and presiding officer Toastmaster Suruthi used so 5 times and 6 times, and also used an unintentional pass 1 time. TMOD Manish used 3 R's, 3 R's, and 3 R's, and he was using 4 so and for 5 and for 6 times. Also, he had 5 unintentional passes during his speech. Also, I see speakers saying, "Am I audible?" most of the time. So we could avoid that by seeing the visuals probably, gallery probably, and see if we are not able to see, they would definitely signal us. So that would avoid a lot of people asking, am I audible again and again. And speaker one, Vidyadhar, he used so five times, and unintentional pass was for 2 times. Anindita had 2 unintentional passes and 1 Abhishek used 1 unintentional pass and 2 so. Toastmaster Mohan used 1 time, 4 times, 1 time, and 2 times, and used and for 4 times, while his unintentional pass was for 2 times. Toastmaster Mythili had and for 1 time, and her unintentional pass was just once. Toastmaster Anusha, during her stable topics session, used once, 2 times so 2 times, and did not have any repetitive word or unintentional passes. Balamurugan, Toastmaster Balamurugan used and twice and used a repetitive word C. Guest Bharat was not audible. Toastmaster Ramanujam did not have any error during the speech. He had very good passes during the speech and did not have any errors. Guest Ashwini used 3 times, once, so 2 times, and 1 time. Guest Arun used once, 5 times so, and 2 unintentional passes. Toastmaster Sangeeta used once, 11 times, so was used 9 times, and was used 2 times. Unintentional pass was for 3 times. Also, her repetitive word was you know, which she used for 2 times. Toastmaster Mithun 2 times, once, and 4 unintentional passes. Arvind 2 times and 2 times unintentional passes. And Pal Baskaran, Toastmaster Pal Baskaran used 2 unintentional passes, 1 and 1 so, 2 R's during his speech. Toastmaster R. Murgam used once, 3 ands, and used that means the word the as a repetitive words. TTM Arun Sridhar again used once, 4 times, once, 2 times, so once, and 2 times. And there was 2 unintentional passes. Abraham Zakaria again used can you hear me 1 or 2 times in the speeches, and for 1 time. Toastmaster Shruti did not have any audible passes during her report, or and timer Manoj also had 1 hour during his speech, once, 3 so's, 2 ands, and with that I close down my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. That was a meticulous report. Hope all the Toastmasters have noticed their overusage. I have noticed there are a lot of and so and you know. Got it. So let's move on to the grammarian report. Let me invite Toastmaster Shruti for grammarian report.
Hi again to everyone, and this is the grammarian report for today's meeting. Well, as we can see, the theme of the day has been used 5 times, 3 times by the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manish, and 1 time by Speaker Mohan, and once by Toastmaster Aravind. So let's give a round of applause for them. We have had quite a good amount of good usages and very few not so good usages, and this shows how proficient the members and guests are in the English language. So to start with all the positives, the good usages were dilated, aspiring, nail biting, decluttering, authoritative, anguish, need of the hour, expertise, shattered, shape his career, umpteenth, flooded with reviews, one of the boons, absconded, unblemished, deciphered, unrehearsed, kindled, catalyzed, down to earth, constructive, meticulous, transition, engaging, from zero to hero, skillful, shrewd, imaginary, a new listening speaker. And some of the usages which should be corrected are doesn't really matters, and instead of that it should be doesn't really matter. He has not did it, instead of that it should be he has not done it. And one more correction is speakers who comes and joins us, instead of that it should be speakers who come and join us. So these are the good usages and not so good usages. But one disappointing thing is that the word of the day has been used only 2 times, both the times by the grammarian, which is not acceptable. But still, I am the grammarian today and I am the English teacher. So listen up, you all. I'm going to share my screen once again with the word of the day PPT. And I'm going to ask or point out any three of the members to come up with a sentence using that word of the day. So yeah. So yeah, the word of the day is emergence. The meaning is the act of becoming known or coming into existence. One good example is today we have the most awaited emergence of our new XCOM team. So in place of these words, you can try to use the word emergence. Instead of commencement, appearance, beginning, initiation, you can try to use the word emergence. So since we're running out of time, I will try to call 2 of the Toastmasters. So get ready, you all. Okay, let me hear it from Toastmaster Balamurugan. Are you there, sir?
Hi.
Hi, sir. Today the word of the day is emergence, and please share a sentence using that word of the day, sir.
It's a great day where the emergence of a new XCOM team members of Chennai Wordsmiths is going to get installed.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. And one more member whom I'm going to pick out is Paul, sir. Sure. Toastmaster Paul Baskaran.
Okay, today is a great day. I have witnessed the emergence of new distinguished Toastmaster Mythili.
That was a very good usage. Thank you, Paul, sir. And we can have one more member. Arumugam, sir. Toastmaster Arumugam. So can you unmute and speak, please? Can the host unmute Arumugam, sir, please?
Or maybe I'll go.
Okay, sure, Arun, please.
Okay. So emergence, we can say like, with the emergence of this virtual meeting, we are now able to communicate with people outside our country, and we can communicate people in other continents as well. Yeah.
Thank you. That was another good usage. Thank you, Arun. And so with this, we have 6 times the word of the day has been used, and that marks the end of the grammarian report. Thank you, and over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti. That was a wonderful initiative.
Just a moment.
Yes.
I think Srinath has come in. Probably we can just have a word as he is dropping off.
Shall I go ahead, Harun, for the general evaluators report?
I think Division Director Srinath and incoming Area Director Vaishali is on the meeting. Just they chipped in. Like to recognize two dignitaries.
Sure, sir. Sure. Noted, sir. So, dear members and guests, we can have a short address by our upcoming area director, Toastmaster Vaishali from Majestic Toastmasters Club. Welcome, ma'am, to the meeting, and the screen is yours. Toastmaster Vaishali, are you here? Yes.
Able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Good evening to Chennai Wordsmith family. It's really an honor to serve you as the area director for the upcoming Toastmasters year
for one of the finest clubs in the city that comes with a lot of lineage and legacy. It's indeed a privilege to take this honor. So I'm looking forward to work with you all to learn not just from the fraternity but also from the legacy that the club has been doing for all these years. So looking forward for the XCOM installation and other things what has been piled up. So thank you, Bala sir, for the invite. So over to the Toastmaster of the day again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And also we have our current Division B Director, DTM Srinath, also joining us. Welcome, sir, and over to you.
Hi, Shruti. Hi, everyone, and my dear Area Director Bala. Thank you so much for this invite. Indeed, it's my pleasure and honor to be here amidst this installation ceremony. Though I know it's not yet started, I've got another section to move on. So thank you for chipping in and giving me these 2 minutes. Quickly, I just want to call out my best wishes to the outgoing XCOM team. I know Wordsmiths has been having a great legacy, and if myself, I'm here as a division director, or Vaishali as an area director is going to be here, is because of a seed that was sown by somebody from Wordsmiths way back in 2016. So I have a lot of pride that I take in saying that this is my parent club that sponsored my home club. And I would like to recognize the efforts of Mythili, Reena, Ramanujam, Samuel Whitefield, Yuvaraju, and all of these people who made it instrumental in making this effort possible. And if we have crossed these many number of years, it's all because of the effort that they have put that time. I'm sure Wordsmiths will go places and will sow a lot of seeds for a lot more clubs across Chennai, outside of Chennai as well to grow. And may you grow greater heights. And thank you so much for the current outgoing XCOM, Shruti, and your leader, and your leadership team, and also to the incoming team that's been elected. Congratulations once again, and all the very best to you to keep talking. If you need any support from either of us, either Vaishali or Michael or myself, please do reach out and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much and all the very best to you.
Thank you, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Shruti. Sorry for the interruption during the flow of the meeting. Since Srinath has to leave for that GoPro minutes, it was organized by Division B. That's why I just interrupted and intimidated. Sorry for that.
No issues, sir. Totally understood. Thank you very much, Srinath, sir. It has been a pleasure working with you under your leadership. I'm very sure about that. Thank you very much, sir. And we're looking forward to seeing you in our further online meetings as well.
Absolutely. And I would like to thank you, Bala, as well. As an area director, you have made my job a lot easier for taking care of things. Thank you so much once again. Look forward to work with you.
Thank you, sir. We can go ahead with the regular meeting. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, President Toastmaster Shruti. Even though we are running out of time, it is good to have have a little chat with our leaders. Thank you. So let me move on to my general evaluation report. Share my screen. So what went well in today's meeting? So it was well started on time. The theme of the day was well used by the speakers during their speech as well as during the introduction sessions. And the table topics was really well interesting, and some of the topics were related to the theme of the day. And the guests and non-role players were given the chances in table topic session. Overall, it was a quality meeting, respecting to all the aspects of a typical Toastmasters meeting. And finally, it was a good initiative by the grammarian to influence the usage of word of the day. So what needs to be improved? All role players to be present before at least 10 to 15 minutes of time to ensure whether the network is good or they are audible to check and ensure everything is in place. And the next one is there was little technical glitches, and also the speakers need to ensure to unmute before they start speaking, because once they start speaking and after some time they realized that they are unmute. So it really took time. So next point is that the timing which was phrased in the agenda, it was not met. So role players need to respect the time. So the number of speeches can be minimized to give more room for TT speeches. And the next point is that our counter can specify 5 plus instead of more than 5. He can specify 5 plus for the overusage of passes or the fillers. And the grammarian can publish the not so usage anonymously. So that's all from my end. And I'm giving back the control to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Manish.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sangeeta. That was a detailed and a well installing general evaluation report so that we can all improve ourselves in the further meetings that we host. So now we have come to the end of this session, and also I have come to the end of my XCOM term by this meeting. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Suruthi. You were a nice leader to work under. Thank you, Arun. It was nice and pleasure to work under you as well. Thank you, Toastmaster Jakob, for the insights that you gave me and for the new things that you helped me with. My flyers are going nice nowadays. Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta, because of whom I was able to contact with a lot of people. And thank you, Anandita. You are a nice secretary to be on with, nice colleague. Thank you, Nikhil. I learned a lot from you, buddy. You are like a nice thing. Huh? Thank you, IPP Gopal sir. Your insights during the initial part of the term was really good. Thank you all Toastmasters who encouraged me to take up this role initially, so that I'm here. I'm actually confident now because initially I wasn't able to do all these things. Now I'm actually a treasurer of my own NGO. It feels good. So until next time, signing off from you is Toastmaster Manish, treasurer, CWTC. Okay, that was mic drop, by the way. Oh, handing over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Suruthi.
Thank you, Manish. So since we have marked almost the end of the meeting, we shall have announcements now. I'll share my screen. Okay, so today one of our member has presented her final milestone speech. So let's join and congratulate DTM.
Your presentation is swapped, I think.
Swapped?
Yeah, it's showing the grammarian rules.
Okay, 1 second. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So dear members and guests, join with me to congratulate our new distinguished Toastmaster, Mythili, on her journey. Yeah. So let's have a round of applause. And the second major announcement is today we have the installation ceremony of the upcoming XCOM team. So right after this meeting is adjourned, we shall have the installation ceremony by our current area director, Toastmaster Balamurugan.
So
Adjourn the meeting.
And so yeah, now it is time to know who has performed the best. So is my screen visible now?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, sorry, 1 second. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes. So today the best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Ramanujam. Congratulations, sir. And we have the best speaker, Toastmaster Mythili, or perhaps DTM Mythili. Congratulations, ma'am. And the best evaluator, Toastmaster Paul Baskaran. Congratulations, sir. The best tag team player is myself. And the best role player is our table topic master today, Toastmaster Anusha. Congratulations. So yes, we have almost reached the end of the meeting. So this is my final meeting as the president of the club, playing the role of presiding officer. So thank you all the leaders, mentors, and in specific the members as well for being so supportive and encouraging me throughout this journey. Since we are running out of time, I'm going to cut it short. So
Can I
thank you
say
all very
something?
much.
Sudhik,
And
can I say
yes, sir.
something? See, you
Yes, sir.
cannot
Yes,
adjourn
sir.
the meeting because installation is part of this meeting. It is not a different program. So please continue. Adjourn
Yes,
the
sir.
meeting
Yes, sir.
later. You continue with the other things. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure. Noted. Thank you. So I want to specifically thank the com team, VP at Toastmaster Arun Kumar, VPM Toastmaster Sangeeta, and VP PR Toastmaster Jakob, Secretary Toastmaster Anandita, Treasurer Toastmaster Manish, and SA Toastmaster Nikhil. Thank you all. You have been great. And with all the support from the immediate past president as well, Toastmaster Gopal. Thank you all. And now it is time to hand over the session to Toastmaster Balamurugan to continue with the installation ceremony. Over to you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Suruthi. Thanks, Zach sir, for the clarification. Thank you. Arun, now over to you to share the screen here. Just to know, I'm dedicating this video to this wonderful XCOM, Suruthi and team.
There are 3 types of people in this world. Watch this video to find out which one of the types of people you are and what that means for you. So the first type of person is called a stressor. The stress is determined. The stressor wants to get to this goal. They start taking action, they start moving towards the goal, they start saying, okay, yeah, I'm getting closer. And then at some point, they hit a plateau. So what do they do in order to move to the plateau? They stress out. They literally go, oh my God, okay, how do I do this? Should I try this? Okay, maybe I try this. Okay, let me try this way. Okay, everyone else, get out of my way. Eventually, they have a break. So they're off again and they're off on the journey. They're working really hard until eventually they repeat the pattern. They continue to stress. Now, the good thing about the stressor is that they have a lot of perseverance. They do actually achieve their goal. Yeah? If you're a stressor and you're seeing this pattern within yourself right now, ask yourself, is this really the most sustainable? So the next type of person is called. And so just like everyone else, the dabbler takes massive action and off they go, start going for it, they start getting closer to their goal, and then eventually what happens? Now, here's the thing, the dabbler does something a little bit different to the stressor. The dabbler says, you know what? This actually isn't me. I'm going to try this other thing over here. And so they start something new. And off they go and they start something new. They work towards their goal and eventually that wasn't my thing either. In fact, watch me do this. I'm going to make them do this. Here we go. They start out, they start doing this new thing. See, they don't actually achieve their goals because they constantly start something new that maybe this type of person this person does something stressor. look, I'm going through this plateau right now, and it's hard, and I'm struggling, and I'm overwhelmed. And that person, that mentor, that coach who's been through that before says to them, oh, listen, Achiever, here's what you need to do. Stop doing this, and stop doing this, and stop doing this, and stop doing this. Achiever says, thank you so much, and they go, they take action. They go, they get closer to instead of stressing, instead of what this means is that the achiever not only reaches their goal, they do it ease. So the big difference between the achiever and then the other types of people is you may be associated with being stressed. And I want you to know that
Thanks, Arun, for that video. Needless to say that this team, whenever there is a challenge, they recruit themselves and ask all the mentors in the club and rectify their corrections, and they move upon towards the goal. Really, really, this team is an achiever. They are not dabbler. They are not stressor. They are achiever. Definitely, they raise the bar to this club, and the incoming XCOM have to do a lot of things to cross this bar. Go to the next slide. This is the team. IPP Toastmaster Gopal set the tone during his tenure and gave the baton to Toastmaster Suruthi. From there onwards, this team never ever gave up. And from there onwards, they targeted the goal. Whatever the challenge came in terms of venue challenges, in terms of membership fees, the fund of the club, whatever comes on their way as an obstacle, they change that as an opportunity. Fabulous, fabulous team. This team is an example for adaptive leadership. When COVID hit badly also, this is one of the first clubs where the online meetings were very productive, and really hats off to your adaptive leadership team. Second, I want to mention the second one, just the creative ideas. These people did very good attempt in terms of coming up with creative ideas, even on Mondays and Wednesday and Friday, even during this stressed out time due to COVID-19. This team took all the effort and made it very interesting. They engaged each and every member of this club to deliver some TT marathon or singing marathon or stand-up comedy. Awesome, fabulous. Pushing beyond boundaries. They did it literally, pushed their beyond boundaries. I am telling why I'm telling this. It is going to come the last attempt of Arun. Come on, Arun. So abundance in a hopeless environment as well. That's how all these factors led to achieving golden gavel by this club. It is not easy. Why don't you? Yeah. At last we got it after a long, long time. I think almost 3 years, 5 years. I don't know. Maybe US time, I believe, as a president. This team brought back the golden gavel once again to this club. Hats off to this team, and really, really demonstrated all the leadership traits. And you taught us a lot in terms of leadership. We learned a lot from you guys. Thank you. And all the best to the incoming officers. I'm going to install the new incoming XCOM today. I would like the outgoing club officers to come on the screen. Maybe only their video can be on. First time we are doing in online. I'm doing in online, so it takes some time. So everybody is on the screen. The XCOM members of this new, the existing XCOM. Somebody can say yes or.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think we don't have Gopal and Jakob.
No problem. Thank you for all your hard and successful work this year. You had a successful year and you should be very proud. You are discharged from all further duties and responsibilities of your office. I would like all of the new officers to come forward in the screen and show your faces. As I call your name, Zoom master, please focus on that particular person. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Anusha. Screen, please. On screen. I'm not able to see. No. Treasurer, Toastmaster Sujata. Is she there?
She's not there.
Okay. Secretary, Toastmaster Mithun.
I'm here.
VPPR, Toastmaster Sasikumar.
I'm there.
VP Membership, Toastmaster Anindita.
I'm here.
VP Education, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Present, sir.
President, Toastmaster Arun Kumar.
I'm there, sir.
I am here to install the officers of Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmaster Club and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong and dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and think creatively. I will ask each officer to hold the virtual gavel as a symbol of the leadership as I briefly describe the challenges he or she must meet and the responsibilities he or she must fulfill. Why don't you put that golden gavel on the screen so that each officers I will tell you the statement so that you can say I will at the end of the statement. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Anusha. You are responsible for setting the stage for the Toastmaster meetings. Your duties include securing a room for the meeting, maintaining club equipment, arranging the room before the meetings, and greeting members and guests. Will you perform these duties to the best of your abilities?
I will.
Thank you. Now the gavel is passed on to Toastmaster Sujata, Treasurer. Behalf of her, somebody can take up this. Arun, your primary job is to collect and send the semi-annual dues. Work with the Vice President of Membership to follow up on members who don't pay dues and keep good financial records for the club. Will you perform these duties to the best of your abilities?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Pass on to the gavel to Toastmaster Mithun, Secretary. You are responsible for maintaining an accurate club roster, mailing the club officer list to world headquarters, and handling general club correspondence. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, Mithun. Pass on the gavel to Toastmaster Sasikumar, Vice President of Public Relations. Your job is to promote the club to local media and potential guests, to welcome guests when they arrive, and to support other membership programs. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thanks, Sasikumar. Moving to Vice President of Membership, Toastmaster Anindita. Your job is to conduct an ongoing membership program that will promote the membership goals of this club. You should follow up on guests and help retain current members. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, Anindita. Pass on the gavel to Abhishek. Vice President of Education, Toastmaster Abhishek. You are responsible for planning successful club meetings so that each member has the opportunity to achieve his or educational goals. You are the second highest ranking club officer and will preside at club meetings in the absence of president. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek. Toastmaster Arun Kumar. having been elected to the president of the Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmaster Club, you are its chief executive officer and will be expected to preside at all club meetings and at all the meetings of your executive committee. It's your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It is also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmaster International to meet their goals. Please accept the gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to the office. Will you, as president, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your abilities?
Yes, I will.
So everyone can be aligned. The growth and development of the Toastmasters program depends largely upon the actions of this group. On your honor, as men and women of Toastmaster, do you pledge to individually and collectively stand by this club and work with it throughout the coming year? All should say I will.
Yes,
I will.
I will.
Thank you. Thank you. All the best for the incoming ExCom of Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmasters Club. Over to the new president Arun Kumar to say a few words.
Thank you so much. Like, it is indeed a pleasure to be the president of Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmasters Club, which is one of the most successful club in Chennai. And it's been a dream for me. Like, it's almost 1 year and a half for me, not even 1.5 years. But the kind of growth that I've got because of Chennai Wordsmiths is humongous. Like, maybe the kind of roles that I've got, the kind of opportunities that I got is huge. So with all due respect, I believe I can make this club a better club, much better club, and exceed the expectations of each and every members that are present in the club. Also, I would try that we would stick on to the Toastmasters International's expectations as well. So we will remember the promise of Toastmasters International, and we will abide by the rules and regulations that the Toastmasters International has provided. During that term, we will also try to ensure each and every individual in the club is performing better than what they are currently doing. So that would be the dream thing that I would be trying. One thing that I strongly believe in is we should always believe on the 3 C's. Like the community, we have a very good community called the Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmasters Club. And if you have a very good commitment, definitely we have very good coaches around us who can take us to a greater heights. So with all good deeds, we'll try our best to be a better tomorrow. We'll try to be a better Toastmasters tomorrow. Thank you. Over to you, Shruti.
Congratulations to the new ExCom team. And thank you very much, Toastmaster Balamurugan, for having being a huge support and continuously encouraging us to achieve more and more for the continuous improvement as well. Thank you, sir. And so from next meeting onwards, it's going to be the new ExCom team, and let's have a grand success once again. With this positive note, I adjourn today's meeting, and I'll share my screen. I adjourn meeting number 580. Thank you all, and probably we can have 5 to 10 minutes of networking session.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you.
One second, sir. Can we start?